Well, I hope my talk will be a little bit longer than your introduction. Thank you very much for those kind words. Shri Madhu Pandit Das, Shri Chanchalapati Das, Minister Rajashekaran, Justice Venkatachalaya, Justice Rajendra Babu, Shri Guraj Deshpande, Srimati Madhu Sridhar, Shri Mohandas Pai, Shri Ramdas Kamath, team members of Akshay Patra, and guests. Congratulations to you on a great piece of work. I am very happy to participate in today's function because it is a celebration of the heroics of a few dedicated individuals with a grand vision to bring confidence to all of us, to bring hope to all of us, and to demonstrate that there are enough good people in this country and that it is possible to bring about change in this country. It is truly an extraordinary effort. I would like to refer to two incidents in my own life to emphasize what this initiative would mean to the children. In 1954, when I was 7.5 years old, we were called by the headmaster of the school that we were in Mandi, it's a government school, and he announced that from next day we'd be getting hot milk and some food. So we're all very thrilled, and every day we would go and we would receive it at lunchtime. And after about 6 months or so, he again called all of us into the quadrangle, and he introduced us to a foreigner. He was a white man, and he said, "You must all thank this person because his country has given you this milk and whatever else every day." Folks, that was the PL 480 program initiated by the US government in the middle 50s. Of course, as children, we truly felt that he had magical powers. For some reason, we identified him with all the powers of the US government. Of course, we couldn't even realize that there was this country called America across the Atlantic and all of that. So our gratitude to that person, to that concept, to that idea was profound. So I'm so happy that this program started in India, has had that kind of impact, perhaps much bigger impact on children. The second event happened to me in the early 70s. I was in the city of Paris. When I went there, I had almost no money. Those days we used to get 8 pounds when you left the country. And I went to join my job in Paris next morning. My boss asked me what salary advance I wanted. I was very shy. That was the first time I had crossed the borders of the country. In fact, that was the first time I had taken a flight. The experience was new to me. I was overawed by the whole situation. And in a very timid manner, I said, I just want 500 francs. He was a little bit surprised. He said, is that sufficient? And then being a Westerner, he didn't probe into any further detail because he thought it was a personal matter. And then I got this 500 francs. What I didn't realize was that this was a small sum of money. And when I came to the last week of that month, I had to sustain myself with just one bar of chocolate every night because I had absolutely no money. And I was very shy to go to anybody and say, I don't have money. And every morning, I had to be in the office at 8 o'clock, sit through, do my work, because I was part of a team that designed an operating system for handling air cargo at Shah Sudar Airport. And at lunchtime, I would discreetly disappear and come back again after lunch. And frankly, I tell you, to sit there and do my work after the third day was almost impossible. And I do believe that I lost a lot of my memory power because of that 1 week's lack of nutrition. Now, the point I'm making is the kind of impact that you are making on these 850,000 children. For heaven's sake, don't underestimate it. It is truly extraordinary. Just as we listen to the two children, I can assure you that there are really a million voices who would be grateful to you people. The Akshaya Patra team and the people who have supported them. That you have opened new doors to them. You have given us new opportunities. I must say that you people have demonstrated by this extraordinarily wonderful act of providing 825,000 children with clean and hot food in 4,500 schools in 6 states. You have demonstrated that you people can step up to the plate and do what is thought impossible. Thereby you have proved the adage, a plausible impossibility is better than a convincing possibility. You have shown in action the power of leadership. I often quote late Robert Kennedy, who defined leadership by borrowing the words of George Bernard Shaw, and he said, most people see things as they are and wonder why. I dream of things that are not and say, why not? I think to me, this whole experiment of feeding 1 million children is truly an experiment that most of us would say, would wonder at. Most of us would say it's not possible. Most of us would say, how can we do that? While it is an extraordinary effort, there is no doubt at all. One of the requirements for success of any organization is its longevity. I often tell my younger colleagues that the true test of emphasis would be if we survive and succeed over 100, 200 years. Many people have asked me to write the story of emphasis. I said, no, we are too early. 26 years is a very short period in the life of a corporation. If we exist for 100 years, perhaps that lesson could be written anyway. So the important requirement for longevity is to ensure that you have a clear plan to grow, because if you don't grow, your people will get bored. They need mental stimulus every day. They need encouragement. They need visible signs of progress. They need greater and greater challenges in their work, in their work. To do all of that, you need growth. The requirement for growth is scalability. Scalability is all about managing sustained growth in your operations while ensuring that every one of the stakeholders is happy, energetic, satisfied, hopeful, confident, and has faith that he or she can indeed add more and more value and see better returns. I have a concept called PSPD in 1993 when we went public. Just before that, I sat down and I said, what does going public mean to the CEO of a company? And I defined a concept called PSPD, which is well known within Infosys. P stands for predictability of revenues. S stands for sustainability of operations. Second P stands for profitability. And D stands for de-risking. But in this context, in the context of Akshayapatra, you need a PSSD model, which is predictability of finance, predictability of costs and prices, sustainability of operations, which is how do you make sure that every day you buy the required quantity of raw materials, make sure that the vendors are paid on time, make sure that logistics are in place, make sure that the quality is good, make sure that our employees are enthusiastic, energetic, make sure that our stakeholders are all happy, all of that. And next S is really stakeholder satisfaction. That is, in order to ensure that we get greater and greater support from our donors, from our governments, we have to make sure that we have systems that tell them our progress from time to time. We have to conduct surveys with our various stakeholders to understand what the issues are or whether we are serving them properly. We have to ensure that the children are happy, that the food that we give them is the kind of food that they want. In other words, stakeholder satisfaction is extremely important for you.